First up, let's go to Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. You know it. Accusing the Biden administration of threatening innovation and economic growth as the White House unveils new export limits on the sale of AI chips. The rules establish caps on the amount of computing power that can be sold to most countries and are set to take effect in 1 year. Nvidia's Vice President of Government Affairs, Ned Finkel, writing in a blog post, quote, "Rather than mitigate any threats, the new Biden rules would only weaken America's global competitiveness, undermining the innovation that has kept the U.S. ahead." There you're seeing that statement in part. He goes on to write, while cloaked in the guise of anti-China measure, these rules would do nothing to enhance U.S. securities, and the new rules would control technology worldwide, including technology already widely available in mainstream gaming PCs, consumer hardware, and ultimately talking about how this limits or weakens, from their perspective, America's global competitiveness.
Yeah, Brad, what stuck out to me in this statement here from NVIDIA, and also what we're hearing from industry inside groups, is just the focus here. They're looking past the Biden administration, really trying to appeal to the Trump administration. We're 1 week out from the inauguration. And within the statement, that very last paragraph here from NVIDIA, they talked about the fact that they said, quote, "As the Trump administration demonstrated, America wins through innovation competition by sharing technologies with the world, not by retreating." Also went on to say, "We look forward to a return to policies that strengthen American leadership." Semiconductor Industry Association was also very quick to criticize this rule from the Biden administration, also focusing their efforts, suggesting that new policies should be designed by the incoming Trump administration. So they're doing all they can to appeal to the incoming administration, trying to get incoming President-elect Donald Trump here to potentially appeal some of these laws that will be put into place. In terms of the context of how big of a deal this is for NVIDIA, you can see the reaction on the screen right now, off just about 4%. A lot of this is just some of that jitteriness that we're seeing surrounding the market about what that backlash is going to look like from China, how far and how deep some of these back and forth tit for tat curbs can go here, and ultimately who is going to then be holding the bag, who's going to have the biggest impact, or who is going to suffer the most from these. And you could take a look at even just NVIDIA's concern from this. It's obviously a challenge, a headwind that they are watching very closely.
Yeah, about an 11% drawdown since last week. If you take a look at the 5-day chart, we should also note that this company did just see a new all-time high last week. And so we'll see, even with this response to the outgoing administration, how they're able to be successful in cozying up to the incoming administration.
The tech-heavy Nasdaq fell more than 1% on Monday morning, putting the stock market in the red. This is because artificial intelligence, AI, stocks have been negatively impacted by new regulations that President Biden imposed. A significant sell-off in AI-related companies has resulted from investors' concerns about these shifts. Early on Monday, the White House released a number of new rules aimed at restricting the sale of AI chips to particular nations and businesses by American corporations like Nvidia. The administration claimed that the regulations would improve the economic and security standing of the United States. The measures were deemed unprecedented and foolish by Ned Finkel, Nvidia's Vice President of Government Affairs. He attacked the departing administration for endangering the advancement of AI worldwide in a blog post for the company. According to Finkel, the Biden administration is attempting to weaken American leadership in its final days in office by drafting a 200-plus page regulatory jumble without adequate legislative review in secret. The creation and international marketing of America's top semiconductors, computers, systems, and even software would be subject to bureaucratic oversight under this broad overreach. As the Biden administration published regulations to control semiconductor sales to foreign nations, Nvidia's stock dropped 3.7% on Monday. Wedbush, an investment bank, said today that it is still optimistic about Nvidia and some of its big tech competitors. So, what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now, let's get back to the video.
So let's talk about Nvidia, okay? Your read on the quarter, which was, obviously a beat, sales up 94% year on year. That is a slowdown from the prior 3 quarters, which have just been astounding, and 94% up year over year is amazing, obviously. But what's your take?
I mean, let's say at the start, it's down a little bit today because expectations were sky high. But this was a blockbuster quarter by Nvidia. Right. What's clear to me now, and what I think the biggest takeaway from the call, is that the world runs on Nvidia. As Jensen said, AI is in full swing. He said this is a multi-year event. This is not just about training AI. This is about moving all the world's x86 architecture. All the applications that run on CPUs are going to be rebuilt over the course of the next 3 or 4 years on GPUs that are running machine learning. So I think that the market is going to have to digest that this just isn't about training clusters in 2025. This is about GPU data centers that are going to be built in 26, in 27. And so for us, our numbers came up. You saw that I think 10 sell-side analysts took up their price targets for the stock. We were buying it pre-market when it was down.
Oh, you're
today.
buying it this morning?
Yeah. So, I think it was a blockbuster report. And I think, it's clear to me that the Intels of the world are going to continue to lose share, and the Nvidias of the world are going to continue to gain share. And if you want to bet on the tailwinds associated with AI, you have to have Nvidia in your portfolio.
Okay, so it's now your number 2 position.
Correct.
With buying a little bit more.
The new regulations will restrict the quantity of GPUs that can be delivered to the majority of other nations to 50,000. Nonetheless, nations can acquire a license to acquire additional chips. Orders of up to 1,700 chips will not be restricted, and the purchases of roughly 18 U.S. allies will not be prohibited. According to a statement released by the White House today, the United States must take decisive action to lead this transition by ensuring that U.S. technology underpins global AI use and that adversaries cannot easily abuse advanced AI. Despite the recent market turbulence, renowned analyst Dan Ives of Wedbush indicated in a letter to investors today that Nvidia is one of the large tech firms that investors should own. Ives claims that the recent rise in bond yields has made it a tricky time for the tech sector due to worries about valuations. However, the analyst remains optimistic about a few of the most well-known big tech companies, such as Nvidia. To stay informed about the latest developments from Nvidia and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts, so hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Nvidia stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now, let's dive into today's video.
What was your take on the quarter? You obviously well known for being in this stock for a very long period of time.
I think they were very artful in the way they maintained everyone's enthusiasm for the potential for Blackwell, where orders stand, the fact that demand is still outstripping supply, but they didn't ratchet up the excitement too much to put them into a position where they just can't win the next time they report. And that's really going to be the company's job going forward. It is already the largest market cap company in the world. It is already the most must-own stock in the world. There is no need to continue to put pressure on themselves to outperform and outperform and outperform. So it's harder than it sounds because they do have a really bright future. And the revolution is real. and the dominance of GPUs and data centers going forward is undeniable, and their market share position within that revolution is also undeniable. So they have to now do this quarter after quarter, give people realistic guidance, execute, ship products, hit those numbers, but not paint themselves into a corner that they can't escape from, where the market expects them to double revenue every year, which, of course, like mathematically will be impossible. So far, so good. I think Jensen understands the mission. I think he's accepted the mission, and I liked everything I heard last night. The most important thing, and I'd love to hear Brad react to this, is this idea of the moat, because competitors are coming in with new solutions. Amazon is ramping up production of their own Trainium 2 chips. Like, they will not have the whole markets themselves forever, but they can maintain dominance, and it might actually be a good thing for the ecosystem for there to be more products out there. I think that's the tone that was set last night, and I think other NVIDIA longs heard the same thing that I heard.
What do you think? I mean, that's all about the
Graphic Processing Unit, or GPU, was created by Nvidia Corporation, which is the global leader in visual computer technologies. As time went on, the company's emphasis shifted from PC graphics to AI-based solutions that today cover gaming, virtual reality, VR, and high-performance computing, HPC. With a momentum-style score of A and a VGM score of B, Nvidia is ranked number 2 by. Over the last week and 4 weeks, the stock has decreased 5.9% and up 1.2%, respectively, whereas Nvidia has increased 148.4% over the previous year. Furthermore, throughout the previous 20 trading sessions, an average of 183,122,080 shares were exchanged. Momentum investors also pay close attention to a company's profits. In the past 60 days, 15 analysts have raised their profits projections for Nvidia, and the consensus estimate has gone up from 12 cents to $2.94 per share for 2025. The average earnings surprise for Nvidia is 9.8%. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.